On Soldier, Eminem rapped, "I love pissing you off, gets me off." And over the past few days, it has been a lot of crying from media personalities due to Eminem's AMA's wins. And it turns out that a lot of y'all have been enjoying these tears a little too much. And today we'll be exploring some more from another popular streamer who recently spoke about Eminem's reputation in hip-hop right now, and a segment of his stream made its way to social media that sparked perhaps the most unique comparison I've ever witnessed linked to Eminem and more. But before we dive in, we also have what looks to be another epic crash out from Cardi B over her ex after we saw headlines about Offset that hit the web, and we also heard more from Fat Joe, who recently shared a story about, quote, the Gangsta era of Justin Bieber. And of course, like we've been doing over the last few days, we will end it on a positive note with a couple of new milestones for Eminem. Well, positive is subjective in this case, as I'm quite sure that people like Dr. Umar won't be happy about these milestones. And starting out with another popular streamer talking about Eminem, over the last couple of days, it has been quite polarizing, as we saw Kai Cenat being salty over Eminem's win at the AMAs, while on the other end, we saw IShowSpeed send a Stan-esque message to Eminem, one that we've been keeping an eye on to see if that amounts to something interesting in the next couple of days. And we saw Stevie Knight drop an unusual take about how Eminem didn't deserve the AMA's wins, and now we got this one that blew up on social media from SoLLUMINATI during a rap bracket segment of his streams.
Why is Eminem so slept on? Why is he not even a part of the big three when they talking about the big three? And to be honest, them can't fuck with him. Seriously. Most people just can't understand Eminem, but they can't fuck with him. How is he not brought up in the big three? That's why I said, who created that? Drake? Yes, Drake is in the big three, but bro, who said y'all had a better track record than Eminem? Eminem can out-rap every in the industry, everyone. He like a talking dictionary.
And let's just say SoLLUMINATI clearly doesn't know the origins of the big three. It was never about an all-time big three, as it was meant for the emerging influential rappers of the 2010s, the Drake generation of rappers. And in that generation, Cole, Drake, and Kendrick were always compared due to the fact that they were all rising around the same time, while they dropped what fans believed to be high-quality albums with top-level lyricism to go with it. And of course, Bad Blood began to build up slowly since Kendrick Lamar dropped Control in 2013, but it will take until First Person Shooter for Kendrick to express that he wants no parts of the Big Three moniker, and we've all witnessed what this became. And of course, the snippet sparked reactions all over the place, as while some have added context, Big Three is related to those from the blog era. Eminem is the generation before. He was a big influence on Cole and Kendrick. That's like saying, why isn't Nas or Jay-Z part of the Big Three? They are in the Hall of Fame essentially already. So clearly, SoLLUMINATI's head was in the right place. He's right about Eminem being slept on, as even after what we witnessed in songs like Fuel from 2024, we still saw hip-hop media journalists throw tantrums that he won Favorite Hip-Hop at the AMAs, a fan-voted award. And in the mainstream last year, Fuel was by far the most impressive rap performance I heard. And that was Eminem reminding everyone that, look, I'm 51, but I'll smoke y'all on a beat. And perhaps one of the most unique comparison to Eminem I have seen, and here's what I'm talking about. In response to SoLLUMINATI's take that Eminem is smoking everyone, this appeared. Eminem is an all-time MC, but I strongly disagree. There's multiple rappers that can out-rap Eminem, and she's one of them. And by she's one of them, the user was referring to Miss Lauryn Hill. And I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Miss Lauryn Hill, but come on, man. Like, I'm not even joking right now, because it is not just me. This has gotta be a joke, right? But it turns out the user is dead serious. They even spoke about how Eminem doesn't have better technical skills than Lauryn Hill. The kind of things I get exposed to making these videos. Man. And fans are bamboozled. As someone who has heard Lauryn Hill music and is very educated on hip-hop, I'm telling you, she cannot out-rap M, and that's a fact. And she ain't got enough material to compete with anyways, so that's an automatic loss. But hey, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But back to the point of Eminem in the Big Three conversation. Eminem was already the biggest rapper of all time before the moniker Big Three became a thing. It was just Eminem like Zeus up there in his prime. This man dropped back-to-back albums that became the best-selling hip-hop albums of all time before the moniker Big Three became a thing. Like, there's levels response to this. So yes, Eminem is slept on today, but he doesn't fit in the big three conversation, literally and figuratively. And some believe Eminem slept on because M's problem nowadays is that he's too complex with the bars. That's why he's slept on. Most of the people have zero attention span, so it makes a lot of sense why they like Playboi Carti. It takes 50 listens to get what M does in one song. One song feels like a whole album, but you could make an argument that the kind of music Carti makes compared to Eminem are pretty much different genres of music at this point, and maybe the education standards have dropped significantly. That could be another one to add to the reasons why he's slept on nowadays. And we got TMZ dropped a bombshell a few hours ago that led to an epic crash out from Cardi B. After this hit the web, Offset, forget Bodak Yellow, I'm only interested in green, as for spousal support in Cardi B divorce. And from the report it adds, the rapper filed an amended divorce response earlier this month in which he's now asking that Cardi B pay him spousal support. He does not request a specific amount in the documents. And boy, Cardi B took the space to go off about this.
Listen up. The fact that I'm waking up right now, right? The fact that I'm waking up right now to see that this fuck and his fuck ass team, I know it's not his team. I know it's his ass. Gonna tell the Breakfast Club the only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support because I was asking for everything. Because I was asking for everything and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a fucking ass. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die slow. Let me tell y'all something, right? When I first filed for fucking child support, my lawyer filed for child support. I mean, when I first filed for divorce, my lawyer filed for shit. And this started spazzing, right? So I told my lawyer, there's a renew, what's that shit called? There's a renew divorce paper, right? And in the renewed divorce paper, I asked for no child support. I didn't ask for no child support because I want to be done with this marriage. Like, I feel like I'm tied up. I asked for no child support. Kiari is allowed to see my kids. There is not one day that he's not allowed to see my kids. Okay? He stood up my kids 3 times. He have seen Blossom only like 5 times, okay? And I've been trying to save your face. But for you, stop playing saying that I don't be seeing my fucking kids. Stop playing because you don't want to look like a less of a bitch ass. All right, if I keep you away from the kids, right? All right, you talk to the kids almost every single day. You call the kids every single day. I allow you to talk to the kids every single day. If I allow you to talk to the kids, why would I not allow you not to see the kids? It was a point that he was making a big deal like, oh, I'm not going to go to New York to see the kids because I'm not going to be seeing my kids in a hotel room. All right. I was like, all right, so you could see him in my mom's house. You still made it a big deal. And I love my daughter so much. Yo, if I'm lying, my kids could die if I'm lying. I said, you know what? To make it easier for you, you could see the kids in my house. Just because I want my daughter to feel the love of her dad. Because I want my kids to have that love of their dad. I want the love of both parents, even if we're not together. Also, the last time we seen the kids was in March on Cody's birthday. Okay? So before you start talking to me about I don't see my kids, let's talk about it. You haven't seen the kids since March. Okay?
And users have been going off, including users who have no idea how the marriage laws work in most states in the United States. Because legally, for the most part, it doesn't matter if cheating is involved. If one spouse earns more than the other, and they have some custody, which I believe Offset is trying to file for, that is joint custody, the law allows it that they can file for spousal support since you could pretty much conclude that she earns more money than him. And this will be an easy win if there's nothing on his end that disqualifies him. But thousands of users aren't aware of these laws, and I'm not even from the United States. And this blew up. He cheated on her, but he wants spousal support. I hope the judge makes the right decision. And a while back I watched a video from a family lawyer who wrote a book that went viral, and he made a comment like, the marriage contract is probably the most important one that any person would sign in their lifetime. But all people forget to read the fine print of a contract so important. Something along those lines. And you'd be surprised when you get the cold stare from the family court judge when you try to argue that you shouldn't have to pay spousal support because your wife cheated.
serious?
That's exactly what goes on in the minds of the judges because they have to keep it professional, and some believe this rant could be used against her moving forward. She's gonna regret saying she hoped he die. Not a good look. Divorce is messy. Keep it off the internet, especially when kids are involved. And you could bet that that snippet will be played in court in the future, and things could get messy moving forward. And we also got some more from Fat Joe on the Joe and Jada podcast about what broke down his relationship with Justin Bieber.
You know who used to talk to me all the time? Justin Bieber. Justin
He
Bieber.
don't talk to you no more?
No, Justin Bieber we do every now and then. But Justin Bieber, I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber gets arrested just driving crazy around Miami. Calls me up and says, yo, they looking for somebody to bail out Justin Bieber. It wasn't no money. It was nothing, a couple of $100, $1,000. We used Rich Player's girl to bail him out. So I bailed out Justin Bieber $100. It's
Well, you
no
had to
real
bail
money.
out Bieber? This is an ill story. No,
it's
that's
just-
ill.
It's because it was in Miami.
He
And
didn't have no money at the time?
no, he got money, but he ain't no
Nobody
criminal.
was there. Oh, he didn't
I'm
know
trying
what
to
to
get
do.
to the point, Jay.
Good.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to
All
get
right.
clout off of this. This is nothing. The problem is he calls me to thank me and starts saying, yo, I'm a gangster now.
Since he
I'm
got
get-
arrested? Oh, shit. Nah. He was in traffic? What he got arrested for?
Speeding. He started telling me he's a gangster, Joe. I went to jail at this. I said, yo, Justin, listen, bro. You gotta stop. Like this, nah, straight up, you gotta stop. We don't want you gangster. We want you singing, baby, baby. This, and I think if I would have gassed him, like some of these OG gang guys gassed the young kids, he'd have been like, Fat Joe. But I hit him with the, yo, we don't want you on the news, bro. We don't want you getting arrested. We want you to succeed. You're Justin Bieber. My daughter worships you. We all love you. And that kind of messed up my relationship with him at that moment because he really was like,
He wasn't trying to hear that shit?
nah, he was just like, he felt like, yo, this guy, I'm the fun killer. I fucked up the moment. The problem is we can't glorify going to jail or getting arrested and these rappers acting like it's some sexy shit.
But sadly, many users believe that there's some cap in this, as for some reason, people believe that Fat Joe includes a couple of lies in there when he's telling stories. I can never take this guy's story serious. I really don't know if he lying or telling the truth, because he be telling it so good, it seems like it might be truth to it. But I never heard anyone he talks about confirm his stories, so I don't know, shrugs and laughing emojis. And on a positive note, Eminem earned 2 new certifications in the United Kingdom just hours ago. One for We Made You from Relapse, that is certified platinum in the United Kingdom, and one for Akon's Smack That featuring Eminem that's now certified 3 times platinum. And 1 year ago today, Eminem dropped Houdini, and boy, I still remember the hype when this dropped, as out of the gate, this turned out to be M's biggest single since the MMLP2 era. It was crazy stuff, and it became Eminem's fastest song to cross 100 million streams on Spotify, achieved in its first 13 days. And this made it the second fastest hip-hop song of all time to reach this milestone. It goes Not Like Us, Houdini, and God's Plan. That's the record, which makes you wonder what the fuss was about over Eminem winning favorite hip-hop and favorite hip-hop album of 2024 at the AMAs, when we got records like this that he earned over 25 years into his career. And this is true, still a great single. Wish I could watch the video for the first time again. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.